So if you clicked on this video, you happen to randomly come across my channel, right? Or my video itself. Or maybe you already know me. But hi, my name is Dakota. And I felt like talking to the camera today. So this isn't going to be any video where it's like fancy editing or anything of the sort. But today I thought I'd talk about something that really stuck on my mind for the last few hours. And I kind of wanted to get it off my chest. Also, y'all like the background filter? It kind of like blurs everything out in the background. I kind of like it. Hopefully the lighting quality is pretty good. Or hopefully, I can only hope. I did my best on that. So this is me talking off of whatever comes up in this brain of mine. And most importantly, this is me just getting something off my chest, and hopefully someone can relate to the same thing. My mom works like 50 hours, 40 hours a week, which is pretty dang good as far as like hours and stuff. But as for like her age, she's like 57, 58, 59, right? Today is Friday. So most people get paid on Thursdays, Fridays. They either shop Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, whatever, right? And today was one of those days when I showed up at her store, the store she worked at. I'm not going to give it the location of the store name because of you never know what kind of freaks on the internet. No offense, but offense because some of you are weird, and we're not allowing that. Anyway, so I'm there to pick up a couple things. I'm there for like probably 30, 40 minutes, right? That's before I get to the main line because I'm doing a bunch of stuff. I'm helping out around the store. They're understaffed. My mom works her butt off more than the good majority of people there. Honestly, if this video even reaches one person, that's fine. But hopefully it finds the right audience in time. I thought that I could share some sort of insight on something that I thought a lot of people could probably relate to, right? So everything to do with that store, they have to go through corporate. Anything that has to be fixed has to go through corporate. Now, if any of you understand anything about working under corporate, you know that it is a pain in the ass. Not only do things not get done the majority of the time, things also, on top of that, are a pain to work around, and between the bad expectations or expectations that are unrealistic or anything of the sort, you deal with a lot of BS. And if you guys know anything about public, it's a lot of the same thing. So, of course, people will be always ungrateful no matter how much you do or what you do, to be exact. But there was a huge line at their job today. But there was like a huge line at her job today. And again, I had been there for 30 to 40 minutes already. And all the like 2 of the 3 computers is down. They have to go corporate to reset everything. Everything's just a nightmare. And of course, it's Friday of all days. Now, keep in mind, by this point, people are already starting to complain. They chose a Friday afternoon, and knowing that it will be overstocked, they decide to shop on that day in particular. Now, again, that's just how life goes. That's how jobs go, etc. But what a lot of people don't understand is they don't really understand from an inside perspective what it is to work either under corporate or just work for a specific job type that they didn't step foot in. And that's life, right? So it was me and this dude in front of me, and me and this dude chatting it up about work and stuff. For you all that just don't know what I do outside of content creation, like YouTube or etc. of the sort, I work lawn care, right? So I'm out in the sun all day. I just get through. Actually, today of all days, I was weed eating and mowing and stuff out in the summer heat. It's still summer right now. It hasn't even been fall yet. It's not even September. It's not even like late September. It's only the beginning of September. So of course I'm out in the heat all day. And me and this dude's chatting it up. He's like 25 and 23. We're talking about life. And we're just trying to make the most of the fact that 2 computers are down and there's a long line and whatever. Some people I'm catching are complaining. And this dude behind me he's probably like 50, 60, 40, somewhere up in that range. And again, my word is not law. My word is not anything of the sort. My viewpoint is not the only viewpoint, and that does not make me correct. Before we even preface anything I'm about to say, like I said, my word is not law. And maybe it's just me, but I don't try to be a negative person, right? And we all have met someone in our lives that's naturally negative. And one of the things I wanted to talk about, in particular, amongst other things, is negativity. You see, I like to treat every event in my life as some sort of lesson, right? And today was one of those times when I'm looking at this dude behind me, right? And my mom's been working I guarantee you my mom works more than this dude works. And I know he wasn't working today. And if he was, then maybe that's why he was upset. But let's just assume that he was working today, right? Let's be very open minded, right? So this dude's behind us, and he's like complaining and cursing under his breath and stuff. And he starts complaining, and I'm like, you do realize that, like, I'll turn behind me, and I was like, you do know it's not their fault, right? And he goes, yeah, it is. It's all their fault. You know, they need to be quicker. And I'm like, you do realize it's impossible to be quick right now, right? I was like, look at the line, look at all the computers down, their internet just went down. My mom works 50, 60 hours a week. And I kind of like call myself because I don't like arguing with people and I don't like being negative. But something about the negativity of things kind of got me thinking, right? And I was like, I said it to literally everyone around me, but I was like, it's funny. It's funny how we can sit here and collectively complain whenever the people in front of us that are doing the work is working their ass off, trying to fix a problem. Excuse my cussing, by the way. Is trying their best to fix a problem, and everybody is being negative. And I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, I'm like, you're lucky to be in a supermarket with a roof over your head, with air conditioning overhead, with the ability to pay for stuff, to be able to actually afford anything. You have clothing on your body, you have water, you have food. There is nothing else I mean, of course we need other things in life, sure, but count your blessings, right? And I'm pretty much just, as a 23-year-old, I'm sure this dude did not want to listen to me, of course, but I was like, dude, you're alive. I was like, you're standing here complaining. I've been here quadruple the amount of time that you have been here. I guarantee that. And you don't hear me complaining. And I hate being negative. I hate being confrontational when it comes to stuff like this. But sometimes you have to say things. And he kind of like stopped, and he stopped talking, which is fine. I'm sure he complained a little bit behind me. I wasn't paying any more attention to him, etc. Right? Also, you're gonna hear stuff going on in the kitchen, but we can ignore that. And you know, me and this 25-year-old, 23-year-old, whatever, me and him are just chatting it up, right? And you know, positivity whole way through. I get to the front register. I'm like, hey, you guys are doing awesome work. Don't let the negatives get to you. You know, keep your head up, right? And I got to think about negativity in general, right? And I actually can't think of a single moment in my life, or probably, I bet any of you probably can't think of a single moment in your life whenever negativity has been beneficial to you. Now, I'm not talking about positive reinforcement or negative reinforcement or like negativity that helps you through some means. That's not really negativity. That's just negative. I wouldn't say positive reinforcement or negative reinforcement. There's a word for it. Let me think. Early stage Alzheimer's. Positive feedback, negative feedback. There we go. And it's not like that, right? This is just basic negativity. And it kind of got me thinking. It kind of reminds me similar of like something called like the butterfly effect, or like actions that compound in general, right? Imagine at least every single one of you have this one moment, and if you don't, then that's crazy in general. But you probably have this one moment that you can remember where a random act of kindness made your day completely. And I got to thinking, negativity doesn't help a single person, like, ever. I can't think of a single time negativity has actually helped anyone at all. And it got me thinking about just what if I was to share a message in any message from what I just encountered, what would it be? And what I decided was that negativity doesn't help anybody, right? And I think that we're all grateful to even just be here. We're grateful to be alive. No matter what your predicament is, you're alive. You won the sperm race, right? You got the right now, right here, looking at the screen as a random guy on the internet that's 23 is talking to you. And you're alive. Hopefully you have a roof over your head and food in your mouth, and if you don't, then, I mean, fuck, 40% of you is probably eating something right now. But most importantly, you're here, right? And you have the ability to, I can guess and say the majority of you is grateful enough to have what you have, right? And I'm grateful for what I have. I'm grateful for the negatives and the positives that are in my life, because the negatives are my lessons, and the positives are something I can count as a blessing every day. And I don't know, it just got me thinking about life, right? And my message for each and every one of you is not the sub, not the, even though that would be nice, not to subscribe, not to leave a like, whatever, right? Hopefully this, if you want to spread this positivity, feel free to spread this. Hopefully the algorithm will do something with us. I don't really care if it doesn't, but if I just reach one person with this message, then that is fine. I did my job as a human being. But essentially, positivity, right? It is amazing what an act of kindness that has no benefit to you can do to many others. You have the power to make people's day better just by speaking. People will remember your kindness, no matter if you think it's just random or it's something that you just randomly did for a stranger or whatever the case may be. The point I was trying to make is that your positivity can go a long way. So remember, not only open your perspective up to what others are probably feeling and going through, but you also never know what people are really going through. And a simple act of kindness can do great things for many people. It can literally compound. I've had people being good to me whenever I had no kindness around me, and it has propelled me to do more kind things to other people. I'm convinced that negative people, what separate negative people from positive people is the kindness that they are receiving. But I also think that whenever you give kindness, even if you don't get it back, you giving kindness can maybe change someone's viewpoint for them to one day, maybe, just maybe, be positive to someone, which then helps someone else out. So, while negativity has a compounding negative effect, positivity has a more monumentally positive effect on others. So, I'll leave you with this message. I give you one challenge. Tomorrow, no matter what, compliment someone. Tell someone that they're doing great. That you're proud of them, or that they're good looking, or that they did their hair nice, or just something positive. Help someone. Do something that changes their day, or maybe their month. Help a stranger off the street. No matter what, just do something to help someone, or just be kind to others. And again, I am not judge, jury, and executioner, and I am not the one deciding factor of anything that you do in your life. But remember that you never know what other people are going through, and most importantly, to be kind to others. Yeah, thank you for watching. Hopefully this pops up on the algorithm, but have a great day. Stay safe, stay awesome, get there, keep doing great things. Yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye. There's no way I just did all that. That's crazy. It's crazy work. I just yapped to the camera for like 20 minutes. Crazy. Peace.